allô. Le coq de l'école, le coq de l'école, allô, allô. Le coq de l'école, le coq de l'école, allô, allô.
What's up? This is your boy Track Laser, about to give you the 2016 Battle Rapper of the Year. And in terms of the thumbs down that are about to come to me for this video, bring it on. You know, get that dirt off your shoulder. Hey, Battle Rapper of the Year is B Dot, the former Blood, now conscious brother from Los Angeles, California. And I'm going to back up what I'm saying with three reasons why he's the Battle of the Year. Number one, Beyond Gun Bars. I think at its core, and I became a fan of battle rap, I want to say I've only been watching it for 3 years. One of my homies, Uncle Chill, the first rapper he ever wanted to show me was a cat out of Beloit, Wisconsin named Tone Montana. And, I thought it was cool that he was from Beloit, from my home state. Beloit isn't too far from Rockford, Illinois. But then, I got into Charlie Clips. I thought he was next level. I got into Loaded Lux. I thought he was next level. Eventually, I saw Tay Rock had something special. So I could really appreciate what these dudes do. But at its core, let's just keep it a buck. At its core, all battle rap really is two black men standing in front of each other, calling each other nigga, and coming up with creative ways to tell the other person how I would shoot you, or how big the gun is, or how much the kickback from the gun is. Everything is either about how I would shoot the person in front of me, or how much dope I used to sell. And one thing I can appreciate about B Dot, he has some battles that went viral on World Star, and he did an interview with Angry Fan Radio where he was talking about that he thinks that he's going to retire because I guess he just really didn't see a place for himself. He wanted to be a battle rapper that went completely just against gun bars, and I guess he kind of felt that the people would never pick up on his energy. So he battled Danny Myers, and I put the link in the description box so you can go watch it. And when I tell you that he talked to Danny Myers for 3 rounds, Danny Myers gave A1 material, and I still think he lost 3-0. It was so bad, Danny Myers' wife got on camera and initially said, I think it could go over either way, but I'm leaning towards B Dot because of some of the stuff he was saying was real talk. Because he was basically speaking on the fact of how Danny Myers has all these kids by different women. And it's a real slick line about the plumbing and the pipes. I'm not going to spoil it. Make sure you go to the link and watch it. But I think that if you can be someone that can be in a field where everybody's doing something one way, and you do something completely different, and people still respond to it, that's basically what a revolutionary is. You revolving the movement or the pattern of the way that something is going. So that's number one, is he went way beyond gun bars. Okay, number 2, ducking and no-shows. So of course you're gonna say, well, Track Lexer, how can you give him the battle just based off a battle of the year based off one battle with Danny Myers? Well, Danny Myers is a top tier battle rapper. Get all the mid tier stuff out of here. He's top tier. And he handled him. Like I said, Danny Myers had A1 material and it was still 3-0. But if you notice, my number 2 said ducking and no shows. There was a particular rapper from NWX that B Dot wanted to battle. And he straight up ducked B Dot. The only duck that was more blatant than this is when B Magic didn't come up to New York to battle Av when he no showed and kept the money and it was a big controversy. Keep it real with you, B Magic wasn't trying to see Av. And if you saw what Av did to Chess, you understand why. Same thing with the Saga. The Saga was coming up with all these excuses and all these reasons why he didn't want to battle B Dot, talking about he ain't proved nothing. It's like he battled Danny Myers. Danny Myers is better than you, Saga. And he handled Danny. Okay? Then, after some time went by and people weren't clamoring to see the battle anymore, then he started talking about, yeah, I'll battle him now. But I still don't think his heart was in it. He just had the psychological advantage of acting like he wanted to fade when obviously he didn't anymore. Okay. And then in terms of no shows, E Hart was going to battle. I'm my fault. B Dot was going to battle E Hart, and some real faulty stuff happened with Debo and Queen of the Ring. It was going to be a West Coast card. My boy Uncle Chill, who I told you about, who introduced me to battle rap, was swearing up and down that E Hart would have killed B Dot. Nah, bruh. He would have got right with her. I just, his material is just too powerful. Okay, uh, it's just too strong. And E Hart is real heavy on gun bars. And unless she would have came with some angle, kicking some knowledge like out of nowhere, I can't really see that. I just don't see her as really having any material that would have been able to fade B Dot. But it got canceled. So he had one person who ducked him and another that was a no show. So I'm still giving him credit. Y'all might say I can't do that technically, but Danny Myers is top tier. He would have handled it. E Hart is hands down the best female rapper. He would have handled it. The Saga definitely isn't better than B Dot, but he has more of a reputation than B Dot. He would have gave Saga the business. B Dot just said on an interview recently that Chess took a lot of the angles and material and things that he was going to say to B Dot. So now he doesn't have any interest in doing it at all anymore. But B Dot would have talked to Saga worse than Chess did. Best believe that. Okay, number 3. Final reason B Dot is Battle of the Year stood against URL versus Cortez. Now, what do I mean by that? URL has been on some real funny stuff this year, man, from the standpoint of they don't want to negotiate with the top tier dudes that help form their name, such as Averb, such as Hitman Holla, such as Big T. They've been real disrespectful to those type of dudes lately and trying to tell us that New Jersey Twerk is better than them, trying to sell us on Mike Police, whose last name is actually Police. They trying to sell us on these dudes, but we know that these dudes can't handle the people that we came up with. But then at the same time, then they blocking battles. So it's kind of like they kind of hating a little bit, you know. It's like they hating without coming right out and saying that they hating. And I think that RBE had a great year this year in battle rap. I think Bullpen in Atlanta with John the John did a great job. And I think King of the Dot in Toronto, they spent a lot of time in the United States this year, man, in Boston and LA. And I just think they put on better events than URL this year, man. And B Dot Battle Cortez, which you might argue is a little more high profile than Danny Myers. That's a toss up, but I guess you could say he's a higher name than Danny Myers, just barely. But everything that I saw, they haven't released it yet. I actually heard some of the bars that B Dot actually spit himself verbatim. And every single person that I saw that reviewed the battle had B Dot winning. Clearly. 2-1. A few people said 3-0. As a matter of fact, Piper Boy Williams is the only person that I actually saw on camera that said that Cortez won that battle. But he said that after him and he calls his wife White Wife. It's very funny dynamic they have going on. It's very entertaining. But him and White Wife went to sleep on it and then woke up and watched the battle another 7 times and then said Cortez won. Bruh, if you gotta watch a battle 8 times to say that somebody else won, they didn't win. Your first instinct was right. B Dot got that. And I think that if he was smart, I think that he would just kind of move away from URL, because when I say that he took a stand against URL when he battled Cortez, apparently URL was very upset with him because they wanted to be the first big major league to showcase him outside of his own home league, the LA Battlegrounds. But B Dot felt like the battle is in Los Angeles. This is my hometown event. Y'all don't even really do a whole lot of big events in Los Angeles. When y'all do it, it's something small like traffic. Y'all don't even treat us the same. So I need to spit, you know, in my hometown, and I got some real things I want to say to Cortez. And B Dot said that they wasn't really feeling that. So not that you're gonna listen to me, B Dot, but I will put a lot of my focus in bullpen, RBE, and King of the Dot. And you definitely, you told URL that you wanted a partnership instead of you just working for them. And I can really respect that. And I think that that's the approach that you should take, man. You just stay white hot. I'm for sure uh, King of the Dot can get you another top notch name in the battle. I know for sure um, ARP can get you a quality name on RBE. I know for sure John Jonathan can get you a quality opponent in Atlanta. And then if you want to take it a step further for a fourth league, you could do a battle on UW with Arsenal. I'm sure he would get you a quality battle. So really, man, that's showing you got 4 options outside of URL, so you don't have to say stuck to them. And honorable mention obviously goes to Av and Tay Rock. I think if you were to look at the scope of battle rap, possibly Tay Rock or Av will be a battle of the year. I would say Rum Nitty, but they say that Tay Rock got Rum Nitty, even though the battle was kind of underwhelming. I think if you take a loss to Tay Rock and factor in that I think Ill Will beat him, you got to move Rum Nitty out. And battle of the year was really between Av, Tay Rock, and B Dot. And like I said, you can go ahead and put the dislike button, put the comments in, but I just think B Dot, even though it was just 2 battles, he attempted to get 2 more that didn't happen. And I really think he would have washed those other 2 opponents. And he brought something different to the game. In the battle with Cortez, he threw him off because he didn't do the Loaded Lux impersonation preacher type that everybody is criticizing him about. He did his LA Blood Gang gun bars for basically the whole first round. Then he did some straight up hip hop stuff in the second round. And then in the third round, then he kicked Knowledge. But it was a good strategy because at that point, it was like a counterattack because Cortez had only come with the "you a fake Loaded Lux, you a fake preacher, don't nobody want to hear that, Sharif." That was his whole angle for the whole battle, so it backfired. So, man, salute to you, B Dot. Salute to the other cats in LA who get it in. That is one of the forgotten cities in terms of this battle rap thing. And whether you agree with me or not, B Dot is your 2016 Battle Rapper of the Year.